on Rabbi Nachman's journey to the Holy Land in the year 1799, from the leg of the journey from Istanbul to the coast of Eretz Yisrael, the Holy Land, they had many difficulties and trials and tribulations on that journey. The water supply ran out. It was a ship packed with many men, women and children who were waiting for weeks to finally sail to the Holy Land. They were stuck in Istanbul because of the war, the Napoleonic Wars, and finally the Jewish community allowed one ship to go from Istanbul to the Holy Land, because there was a sage who they say was the grandson of the Chida, who was it was a sage from Jerusalem, and he was in the diaspora collecting funds for the Jewish communities in the Holy Land, and he was revealed in a dream that he must hurry back to the Holy Land in order to pass away in the Holy Land, because his place to be buried is set aside already for him in Jerusalem, and he must return back. So he rushed, or was already in Istanbul, and he notified the Jewish community that from heaven they notified him that his time is coming and he must be buried in the Holy Land. So he guaranteed that people who are with him will be protected, because he has to make it back, and from heaven they're hinting to him that he has to go back. That means there's no danger if he sails by ship. So the Jewish community allowed a whole ship to travel along with him, and many men, women and children who were waiting desperately to go to the Holy Land joined in, including Rabbi Nachman. And Rabbi Nachman, he became very friendly with this sage, and they made a deal, a pact between them, that they would travel together to Yerushalayim. In the end, it didn't work out for whatever reasons, as you can see in the book Rabbi Nachman's Wisdom, on the part of Rabbi Nachman's journey. One point to mention, and there's many points, but one specific amazing point is that at that time there was a major sea storm. Ya'alu shamayim yerdu tehomot. The waves were so high, and the people were so panic-stricken, they had given up basically. So the men, women and children were davening like on a Yom Kippur night. They were crying and screaming, and people were coming to Rabbi Nachman, who wasn't screaming and davening and crying. Why aren't you davening like everybody else? And there was some Rebbitzin, some wife of a big rabbi. She even rebuked Rabbi Nachman she got angry at him for not davening like everybody else. So he said to her like this: the sea is acting like you guys. If you guys calm down, the sea storm will also calm down. So they listened to him, they stopped the davening, and lo behold, the storm stopped, it abated. So what's going on here? There's something to be learned out of this. You would have thought, you're in danger, keep on crying, keep on davening and everything. But sometimes Hashem wants a different attitude from a person. Because again, we spoke about this many times, that normally when a person is crying out to Hashem, they're not crying out of hope and faith that Hashem can help, but they're crying out of an instinct of panic, and the reflex of the instinct is to cry out, to scream out. But it's not coming out of believing that Hashem can help, but that's like when being pinched and saying, ouch, ouch. So people cry out to Hashem instinctively as the reflex result of feeling a panic. So we learn from this incident that there are times where you should not take that attitude and just be calm. Take it easy. Think what Hashem is trying to tell you, even if it's a dangerous situation, to calm down and to look from far what is going on, and in the main you will get clear guidelines what to do. It's a certain scenario, but it takes place in life, it happens, and it must be used, and it is very useful, God willing.